Hi everybody, it's Elliot here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can create your very own print-on-demand website using WordPress. Now you might be wondering what print-on-demand is. Well, it's basically the process where you go and connect products from a third-party fulfillment company. You can go and add your design to these products, so any designs you want to, and there are loads and loads of different products that you can go and connect to your store. And when you go and make a sale on your store, the third-party fulfillment company will go and fulfill those orders for you. So it's very similar to dropshipping, except for these products are completely custom and you can go and add any design you want to them. And you're not only limited to one type of fulfillment company, you can go and use multiple different fulfillment companies. And like I said, there are loads and loads of different types of products that you can go and connect to your store. And the really great thing about this is it's really easy to set up. All you need is some hosting and a domain, and you can create a beautiful website like this with completely custom products. And another thing is that you can go and connect loads of different variations of products, so just like you can see here, and also all of the shipping is automatically done for you. So if we go to view the cart over here, we can go and see that the shipping rates are automatically taken from the third-party fulfillment company, so you don't have to worry about doing anything else except for creating your designs and promoting your store. And I will be showing you how to create all of the necessary pages, such as the contact us, returns and refunds, privacy policy, and how you can go and create a beautiful looking store just like this one. And if we go and click on any of these categories, it brings us to the category where we have a slider with all of our different products. And also be showing you how you can do loads of other cool stuff, like going and creating a logo, how you can go and create beautiful mock-ups like these for your designs for your print-on-demand products, and also how you can go and fulfill your orders once they come through, and then you can go and collect your profit. So if you've been wondering about how to create your very own print-on-demand website using WordPress, then this is going to be the tutorial for you. So let's begin the tutorial by going and purchasing some hosting. Need a website? Try Printify. We make affordable and beautiful websites. We can build your website from scratch within 4 to 6 weeks. Want to get your idea off the ground quickly? Then why not try one of our pre-built websites? If you already own a website and it's not converting how you'd want to, try our website reviews. Or if you just have an idea that you want to discuss, then why not try our web consulting service? Head over to printify.com today. The first thing that we need to do in order to start building our print-on-demand store with WordPress is to purchase some hosting. And hosting is basically what allows your website to be live on the internet. Now I use SiteGround to host all of my websites because they're really reliable and they're relatively cheap. So if anything ever goes wrong with your website, or if it's ever down, you can always contact them and they fix it right away. They have a live chat option, so you can just go and send them a message, and like I said, they usually fix it right away. So there is a link in the description to SiteGround, and if you click on that link, you will be brought over to this page over here. Now from here you can go to hosting and you go to WordPress hosting, and we can go and have a look at the different packages that they offer. So with SiteGround you have the startup package, Grow Big and Go Geek. So with startup you can just go and create one website. You get a free SSL certificate, which means you get this little padlock over here to tell that your users of your site that your site is secure, and you also get a free professional email address. So that's the startup plan. And then if you want to make more than one site, you can always go and upgrade to the Grow Big plan, where you can go and create unlimited sites. And then if your site really starts to take off, you can always go and upgrade to Go Geek when you start getting a lot of visits. So if this is just your first website that you're building and you only plan on building one print-on-demand website for now, then you can just go and click Get Plan for the startup plan. When you click on this, you will then be prompted to choose a domain name. Now when choosing a domain name, I always like to use a site called Lean Domain Search. And you can basically just go and type in a word and it will come up with loads of different ideas for domains that you can use. So for example here I've just typed in figure, and then you can go and sort it by length, so the shortest domains will come up first, and then you can go and decide whether you want the domain to start with this term or end with it. So I've just picked starts with term, and you can see that there's loads of different domains that come up with the word figure. So we've got figure guy, figure tech, figure cat. So you can go and think about picking one of these domains. Now with print on demand, obviously obviously you're going to want to pick something that maybe is relevant to the niche of the type of products you're selling or the type of designs you're selling, or you can just go for something completely random. It doesn't really matter. So for example, Redbubble doesn't really mean anything. It's just completely random. So you can go for something like that. So once you have gone and decided on your domain, you can just go and type that in here. So if we just say, let's just go and have a look at one of these ones. Let's say Figure Sky. So if I just go and type in Figure Sky in here, and I do always recommend just picking a .com domain because they're the most popular, then you can just go and click on Proceed. Now, once you click on Proceed, you will be brought to the last step to purchase your hosting. So basically, this is where you're just going to go and fill in your details and create your account. So just go and choose the email address and password that you want to link to your hosting account. Then you're going to go and put in your information, so your first name, last name, and your address and phone number. And then finally, you're going to go and enter in your card details so that you can go and pay for your hosting. Now, over here, you can go and pick how long you want to go and sign up for your hosting. So you can just go and try out for a month if you want to. You can go for 12 months, or you can go completely all in and go for 3 years. But most of you will probably go and sign up for 12 months. Now, after that, you can go and purchase domain privacy and the SG site scanner as well. So domain privacy basically just means no one can see who's registered your domain. It's not really that important. It just means that if you don't have this, SEO companies and web design companies might contact you offering you some services. And then the SG site scanner just scans your site to make sure that it isn't being hacked. But to be honest with you, the SiteGround hosting is really good that you probably won't ever get hacked anyway. Now, once you have done that, all you need to do is confirm that you've read the terms of service, and then all you need to do is click on Pay Now. Now, once you click on Pay Now, you should then be brought over to your SiteGround dashboard, and it should look a little something like this. Now, don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like this, because that's not a problem. All you need to do now is go and click on Websites over here. Now, when you click on Websites, you should see your new domain that you just purchased over here. Now, from here, we can go and install WordPress onto that domain. So all we need to do is find your domain and then go and click on Site Tools. Then when we click on Site Tools, we will be brought over to the Site Tools dashboard. Now, before we install WordPress, the first thing that we need to install is an SSL certificate so that we can get the little padlock in the URL so that we can tell our customers that our site is secure. And this is really important, especially if you're running an e-commerce website, because you need your customers to know that your site is secure so that they feel comfortable paying for things. So you're going to go over to Security over here, and you're going to go to SSL Manager. Now, from here, you're going to go and choose your domain, and then you're going to go select SSL and choose Let's Encrypt, and just go and click on Get. Once you click on that, it will take a few moments, and then it should say Let's Encrypt is installed for your domain. So now that we have done that, what we need to do is click on HTTPS Enforce, and then just go and make sure this is on. So now that's on, the little padlock should show once our website is live. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go and install WordPress. So go and click on WordPress and click on Install and Manage. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and select WordPress over here. And now from here, you're going to go and choose your domain. Installation path, just leave it blank. Then you can go and choose your language, of course. And then from here, you can go and choose a username and password and email address. Now, for the username and password, make sure this is something that you're going to remember, because this is the credentials that you're going to use to log into your WordPress website. So what I recommend with the password is that you use the generate feature within SiteGround so that you can go and generate a random password. And this is going to make your website harder to hack. So it's very unlikely that somebody would maybe want to hack your website, but if you have a harder password to guess, then like I said, it's going to make it more difficult to hack or for people to go and log into it and try and do weird things to your website. So just go and hit generate password, and then you can just go and copy this and save this in a notepad file or in a Word file somewhere, and then make sure you have access to this email address as well, because if you ever do forget your password or lose your password, you can always go and reset it with the email address over here so that you can go then and log in to your WordPress website again. So I'm just going to go and fill in these details. So once you have picked a username, a password, and entered in your email address, just go and click on Install. Once WordPress has finished installing, you should just see this WordPress is installed on your domain. And now from here, we can go over to our WordPress dashboard. So what we're going to do is just going to go and click on Admin Panel over here. And when we click on this, we should be brought over to this page over here. Now, this is just the SiteGround walkthrough for WordPress. To be honest with you, you don't really need to go through this because I'm going to be showing you how to set everything up. So we can just go and click on Exit on this. And once you click on that, you will be brought over to your WordPress dashboard over here. Now from here, I'm just going to give you a little walkthrough of WordPress just to show you what everything is down the side over here. So first you have home. So basically anything to do with SiteGround updates or WordPress updates will be under the home section. Then you also have updates. So when you update a theme or any plugins on your website, that will be in update. So anything that needs to be updated will be in here. Then you have posts. So because WordPress was originally a blogging platform, you would create blog posts. So within here, you can go and create new blog posts. Now we probably won't really be using this very much in the tutorial. Next up, we have media. So every time you add any images or any videos to your site, they will go into your media library. Now you can go and upload images and videos directly from the front end when you are building your site. So once again, we don't really need to use this very often. Then you have pages. So we'll be using this quite often. So this is where you can go and create all of your different pages. So your home page, your about us, your privacy policy, all of the pages that you need for your site, you can go and create them within pages. Next up, we have comments. So once again, because WordPress was originally a blogging platform, people would leave blog comments, and this is where you can go and approve them. Now for a e-commerce store, it's generally going to be reviews and things like that, which will go into the comments section. Then we have appearance. So this is where you can go and choose a theme. You can go and update your menus, so your homepage menu and things like that. Next up, we have plugins, which is a very important part of WordPress. This is basically what allows you to go and add different functionality to your site. So you can go and add different plugins that allow you to do different things. So for example, when building a print-on-demand store, we can go and connect a third-party plugin that allows us to go and fulfill our orders, which we will be doing in today's tutorial. Then we have users. So you can go and create new users. So if your print-on-demand website starts to take off and you're getting a lot of orders, you can go and hire a virtual assistant, set them up as a user without admin rights, so that they can just log in and have a look at the orders and go and fulfill them for you. Then we have tools. So this just allows you to import and export data. Once again, we probably won't be using this very often. And then we have settings. So in here, you can just go and change some general settings about your site. So we will be going and doing this just in a moment. So that is basically an overview of WordPress. So from here, we can actually start going and building out our print-on-demand website. So the first thing that we are going to do is just go and change some general settings within our WordPress website. So if we go to settings over here and click on general, and we're just going to go and change some things. Now, firstly, we've got the site title. So the site title is going to be the name of your website. So basically your domain name. So for example, my one, I can go and call it Silver Street. And then you've got your tagline. So for your tagline, it's going to be basically about whatever type of products that you might be selling. So I'm going to say iconic figures from history. So I can just go and say something like that. So I'm selling products with iconic figures from history, or you can say the best t-shirts for this type of design or something like that. Now you don't even have to have a tagline, but it is good to have it. And basically this is what shows up in the tab over here. So whenever you go onto a website and you see in the tab, you see the name of the website and then you see the tagline. So that's what's going to be with these two. So once you have done that, you can just go and hit save settings. And then from here, the next thing that we are going to do, we are going to go and change our permalinks. So go to permalinks over here, and basically your permalink is how your links show up in the URL. So you want to make sure that it's set to post name. And basically what that means is it will say your domain, and then it will say the post name. So it will say about us or home or whatever it is. You don't want to use any of these other settings because it just looks a little bit weird. And when the settings look weird, then that puts customers off. So make sure it's set to post name and just hit save changes. So now that we have done that, the next thing that we are going to do is go and install a theme. So let's go to appearance over here, and we're going to go to themes. Now from here, we're going to go and add a new theme. So just click on add new. And from here, we're going to go and type in Astra. So you will go and see that we've got the Astra theme over here. Now this is one of the best free themes that you can get for WordPress. So just go and click on install over here. And once it has installed, just go and hit activate. So now our theme is activated. Now we're going to go and just delete some of these other themes because they're just taking up space on our site. So we can just go and click on it and hit delete over here. And once again, we can click theme details and hit delete, and just keep one as a backup. So if this theme ever goes down, we can always just have this theme as a backup over here. So now that we have done that, what we're going to do next, we are going to go and install some plugins so that we can start building out our homepage. So if we go to plugins over here and click on add new. Now the first plugin that we're going to install is going to be this classic editor plugin, and that's just a personal preference of me. I always use this classic editor plugin. They basically changed the editor for WordPress, but I just prefer the old one. So just go and click on install now for the classic editor. I just personally think it's easier to use, and just go hit activate. So now we have that installed. We're going to go back to add new, and next we're going to go and install a plugin called Elementor. So go and type in Elementor over here and just go and click on install now. So we're going to go and install this plugin. This is the page builder. So basically what you can do with this, we can go and drag and drop elements so that we can go and create all of the pages for our site. So then just go and hit activate on Elementor as well, and you should be brought over to this page. So now we have Elementor activated. So the next plugin we're going to install, so let's go back and click on add new, and now we're going to go and type in WooLentor. So go type in WooLentor, and this is just another plugin that we can add with Elementor that will allow us to go and add our products in a different way. So just go and hit install now for WooLentor as well, and then just go and hit activate. And then finally, we're just going to go and add in a few more plugins. So go back to add new, and we're going to go and add in a plugin called Printify. So just go and type in Printify like that. And you see this one over here, Printify for WooCommerce. So just go and hit install now for Printify and hit activate. And then we're also going to go and add in another plugin called Printful. So go and type in Printful, and you'll see this one over here, Printful integration for WooCommerce. Just go and hit install now, and then just go and hit activate. So now we have got all of the plugins set up. Now one last plugin that we are going to go and install now is something called WooCommerce. And WooCommerce is basically what allows you to add e-commerce functionality to your WordPress website. So come over here and type in WooCommerce. So just go and type that in. And from here, we're going to go and install WooCommerce. So just go and hit install on WooCommerce over here. And now we're going to go and hit activate once again. Now, once you install WooCommerce, it will say that do you want to go through the setup. So let's just go and click on yes, please. Now, once you click on this, we will go through the WooCommerce setup. So firstly, it's going to ask you where your store is based. So if you're just running your print on demand store from your house, you can just go and put in your home address. So once you have entered the address in, you can just go and click on continue. And if you receive this message, just click on continue once again. Now from here, it's going to ask you what industry your store operates in. Now for a print on demand store, you can pretty much go and sell loads of different products within fashion and apparel and home and furniture. So depending on which one you will be selling, you can just go and choose them, or it might be art, music. So just go and choose the ones that are relevant to your store and click on continue. Then it's going to ask you what type of products do you sell. So you're just going to go and choose physical products. And if you're doing downloadable products, so some sort of downloadable PDF art, then you can always go and choose that. But obviously for print on demand, it's always mostly going to be physical products. And we can just go and hit continue once again. Then it's going to ask us to tell us about our business. So how many products do we plan to display? So you're probably looking for the region of 11 to 100. And are you currently selling elsewhere? You can just hit no unless you are already selling elsewhere. Now from here, you can go and add some of these if you want to. So you can add market on Facebook, MailChimp, and Google Ads. So these will just go and install the plugin. It's totally up to you. But for now, I'm just going to go and turn all of these off and hit continue. Now from here, it's just going to recommend some themes, but I recommend just using the theme we already have. So just click continue with my active theme. And then from here, it's going to ask you if you want to go and install Jetpack. So Jetpack basically allows you to go and view your site statistics, like where your traffic is coming from. So I recommend setting this up. So just go and hit yes, please. Now, when you click on this, it's just going to ask you to create a Jetpack account. So just go and choose a username and a password. And once you choose a username and password, just go and click on create your account. Now, once you click on this, you will be brought back to your WordPress dashboard. You might get this message over here. Don't worry about this. You can just go and click X on this. So now we have WooCommerce set up. And like I said, that basically allows us to add e-commerce functionality to our store. So now that we've done that, what we're going to do is we are going to go and set up our homepage so we can start building out our homepage. Now, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to pages. I'm going to go and click on add new. And then from here, we're just going to go and type in home and then just hit publish over here. Now what we need to do is we need to make sure that every time somebody clicks onto our homepage, it actually comes over to this page. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to settings and we're going to go to reading. And from here, where it says static page. So your home page displays currently has latest posts, but we want to choose a static page. Go to home page and then just go and click home and click on save changes. So now that we have that page as our home page, we can go back over here where it says all pages, and from here we can go to home, we can click edit, and we can go and click edit with Elementor. So let's go and click on this, and now Elementor will load, and as you can see, now we have our home page ready to start building. Now the first thing that we're going to look at before we start designing our home page is actually picking some fonts and some colors for our website. Now if you're looking to pick some fonts, I recommend using this website over here called FontJoy, and basically what this allows you to do is go and generate font pairings. Now when it comes to fonts, you want to think about the type of audience that you're marketing towards, and so it could be a more feminine audience or it could be a more masculine audience, so you're going to go for a font that kind of suits your audience. So over here you can just go and hit generate, and it will go and generate some font pairings for you, and then you can just go and pick one that you think looks nice and looks appropriate. So don't go for anything too outlandish, and over here you can go for a contrast. So you can go over here, let's say very similar, you can say I want 2 fonts that are very similar, and you can just go and keep generating fonts. So if we just go and hit that, and then you can always go and lock a font. So let's say you like this one but you don't like this one, you can go and lock this font, and then we can go and hit generate again, and we're just going to go and regenerate. Now don't worry about having 3 fonts, just focus on having 2 fonts. So there's going to be 1 font for your headings and 1 font for your main body text. So just worry about 2 fonts, don't worry about having 3 different fonts. And then once you have found some fonts, you're going to go and have a look at generating some color palettes. So we can go and generate color palettes using this website called coolers.co, and basically what you can do with this website, you can just go and hit the space bar and it will keep generating different color palettes for you. So this is a color palette that I'm going to be using, and then you can just go and lock the colors that you like, and then you can go and keep hitting the space bar. Now once again, I would recommend just maybe focus on 3 to 4 colors maximum. Don't worry about having 5 different colors. So for me, I'm just going to focus on these 3 colors here, and generally black and white is usually the best way to start with, and then you just have a few other colors to supplement your site. So I'm going to go for black, white, and this blue, and then I might use some of this red and gold somewhere throughout the site. So once you have chosen your font and your colors, what we can do is we can go and add that to our site. So if we go over here and we click on these 3 little dots, 3 lines, and hit view page, what we can do is we can go and hit customize. Now the customize area is different to Elementor. So Elementor is the page builder that allows us to add elements, and the customize area is actually where we can change overall things with the theme. So for example, the fonts and the colors. So if we go to customize over here, and from here we can go and firstly change our font. So if we go to global over here, we can go to typography, and then you've got base typography. So like I said, that's going to be the main body typography. So you can see for me, I'm going to be using this font over here. So let's just wait for this load. So I'm going to be using the Montaga font. So I'm just going to come over here, and I'm just going to go and type in Montaga and just go and choose that font. And then for my headings, I'm going to be using the font at the top over here. So let's have a look at what this one's called. So I'm going to be using the Overpass font. So I can come back over here, go back, go to headings, and over here I can go and type in Overpass, and I can just use that as my headings. So now I can just go and hit publish. So now that's my fonts done. Next up we have the colors. So don't worry too much about the colors, because you can always go and change them with Elementor as well, but it is good just to have your base colors. So if we just go to base colors over here, I'm just going to go and choose my base colors. So text color is going to be this black over here. So I'm going to go and choose this. And then for the actual theme color, I'm going to choose this blue color over here. So let's go and choose that. And the same with the link color, I'm going to choose that. And the same with the link hover color, I'm just going to choose the black color as well. So just this same black one. So you can see the link color is when you hover like this. So let's go and choose that. And then you can go and choose your heading color as well if you want to. So I think for heading, I'll just choose the black one as well. But like I said, you can always go and change this using Elementor. So then we can just go and hit publish. And we can just go and close our customize area for now. So now we can see I've got my heading fonts and I've got my body font over here. Now the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to look at creating a logo very briefly. Now when it comes to creating a logo for your print on demand website, I do recommend having something that's related to your niche or the type of designs that you will be selling. So you can go and purchase a logo from this website called Graphic River, and I do recommend going and purchasing a logo because it's just going to give you a better quality and make your site look better and build the brand around it. So for example, if you're creating your print on demand store around dog designs, then you have just gone to Graphic River and typed in dog logo, and you can see there's loads of different dog logos that I could potentially use over here. So there are loads of different types of logos. So let's just go and type in something else. So let's just say, for example, we're doing lumberjack clothing for a print on demand store. Then we can just go and type in lumberjack logo, and you can see there's loads of different cool logos that you can go and use. Now another thing with these, generally you're going to have either Photoshop or Illustrator to go and actually edit these. So if you don't have Photoshop or Illustrator and you have no interest in actually using that, which you probably will be if you're running a print on demand store, you probably should have that, but for whatever reason, if you're not, then you can always go and purchase a logo from Fiverr. So you can see over here, I've just gone and typed in logo design, and there's loads of different cool logos once again, and you can always send them a picture of the logos on here. So you can say, I want a logo similar to this. So you can go and send that to somebody on Fiverr, and they'll go and make you a logo. So once you have your logo, what we can do is, once again, we can go and click on customize again, and then from here we can go to header, we can go to site identity, and we can go and upload a logo. So just click on select logo, and then go and click on select files, and then just go and navigate to where your logo is. So just go and pick your logo, and we're just going to go and upload it. Now within the alt text, I recommend just going and putting the name of your website. So you can see over here, I've just got Silver Street Apparel logo, and that will just go and help your brand name actually be boosted in the Google search rankings. So then once you've done that, just click on select. Then you can go and crop your logo. So you can see over here, I'm just going to go and crop it. So it's like that. We can hit crop image over here. And once it has finished cropping, then you should see your logo come up here. Now you can see my logo is coming up really massive. So you can go and change the logo width. So let's try 200, or we can maybe try 220, something like that. Now if you scroll down, you will see display site title. So just untick this, because we don't want our site title to be showing there. We just want our logo like that. So now you can see I've got my logo over here, and I can just go and hit publish. Now you can also go and add a site icon in here. Now that is the little icon that comes up in the tab in your browser, and generally these will be 800 pixels by 800 pixels. So if you just go to select site icon, and we can go and upload a site icon. So if I just go over here, and it's also referred to as a favicon, so I've just saved it as a favicon, and we can just go and save that. So we'll just go and paste that in there and hit select. You can go and crop it once again, so you can see over here that's how it's going to come up. So you can just go and crop the image, and now that's done. So that's going to be our site icon. We can just go and hit publish. So now that we have done that, we can actually start building out our homepage. But before we start building out our homepage, generally we need to look at the products that we will be selling, because if we don't have any products, then we can't actually go and display anything on our homepage. So in order to go and create some products, firstly, we're going to go and start designing the products in a third-party fulfillment company. So the first one we're going to be looking at is called Printify. And basically what Printify do, they have lots of products. You can go and upload your designs, you connect it to your WooCommerce store, and then they basically will print it out for you. So when somebody makes a purchase on your store, then you come over to your Printify account and you can go and fulfill the orders. And like I said, they will go and fulfill the orders for you. So if we just go and have a look at their catalog, we can go and see that they sell loads of different products that you can sell on your print on demand website. So you can go for clothing. So we've got men's clothing, and there's loads of different categories that they have. So you can obviously go for the main one, which is t-shirts. A lot of people go for, but there are loads of different other ones that are kind of untapped, and a lot of people probably aren't selling as often as people are selling t-shirts. So if we go into accessories, for example, you can go and sell bags, you can sell laptop cases, rucksacks, phone cases, socks, loads and loads of different things, aprons, face masks, hats. And also in home and living, we have a few different things that you can sell. So for example, posters, clocks, you can go and sell things like shower curtains and mugs and loads of different things that you could potentially connect to your store, stickers. So like I said, there are quite a large range of options for things that you can sell on your print on demand store with Printify, and you can just connect this directly to your WooCommerce website. So with Printify, what we're going to do is we're going to go and click on sign up, and from here you're just going to go and enter in an email and a password. So once you have signed up with the email and password, just go and click on sign up over here. Now from here, it's just going to ask you what describes you best. It doesn't really matter, so you can just go and pick whichever one you think, so probably artist or designer. And are you already selling? So you can just go and say whether you are. So you can just go and pick that for now. Then we can just go and hit next. Now from here, we can actually go and start setting up our store within Printify. So from here, we can just go through the Printify store setup checklist. So firstly, we can go and add a store name. So it's just going to be the name of your website. So you can just go and name that, and then you can go and add in your personal details. So you're going to go and add in the name of your business, your contact details, your address, all of the stuff that we already went through. So I'll just go and enter that in. So once you have entered all of this information in, you can just go and hit save, and then it should say save successfully. Now we're not going to design our first product yet. What we're actually going to do, we're going to connect our store first, and then we're going to look at designing the products. So go to connect store, and from here you can go and click on connect. Then we're going to go for WooCommerce. So go and click on connect, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to go and grab the name of your website. So just go and copy it, and we're just going to go and paste that in there. Now once you've done that, just go and click on connect. And once you click on connect, you will be brought over to this page. So from here, you can just go and click on approve. Once you click on approve, you will be brought back to your Printify dashboard. So now our WooCommerce website is connected to our Printify account. What we can do is go and design our first product. So go to design your first product over here. And from here, we can go and have a look at what product we want to design. Now, as I mentioned, Printify do have a very wide range of different products that you can go and sell on your print on demand store. So if we just have a go and have a look through men's products, you can see there's loads of different men's clothing. We have females clothing, children's clothing. So I'm going to show you how to design a few different products, but basically the principles apply to all of the different products. So it doesn't really matter which ones you go to design, because it's a really easy to navigate design process. So what I do kind of recommend is, because there's so many sites selling t-shirts at the moment, I would say go down the route of selling something else. So accessories, kids clothes, home and living, something else that's not so saturated. But if you do have some really great designs, you still can sell t-shirts if you market them in the right way. And obviously it just depends on what you're trying to sell. If you're looking and following through this tutorial, you probably already have an idea in mind of what you want to sell. So what we're going to go for, we're going to go for home and living, and we are just going to go for posters. So over here, we're going to go and have a look at these posters over here. So we're just going to go and choose this poster, and from here you can go and start designing. So over here, what you can see is you've got it, and it fulfills from two different destinations. So you've got one that fulfills from the United States, and one that fulfills from the United Kingdom. So depending on which country you are targeting, then you can go and add that to your store. So if you're mainly targeting the United States, then you can go and start designing with this one. If you're targeting people in Europe, then you can go and start with this one over here. So like I said, it really just depends on who your target market is, who you plan on marketing your store towards. So let's just say, for argument's sake, we're going to go and use the United States one. We can go for start designing. Now also in here, you've got the shipping and details. So if you have a look in here, you can see, if we just scroll down, these are all of the different sizes of the posters. And then you can see that we have all of the shipping rates down here. So you can see there's all of the different shipping rates. So once you go and have a look at that, like I said, we can just go and hit start designing. And from here, we can go and add in our design. So over here, you're going to see it's got the print file requirements. So maximum file size, 50 megabytes. Recommended size is 7,200 pixels by 10,800 pixels. So that's a pretty big canvas. Now, when it comes to actually creating designs, like I said, if you're watching this tutorial, you probably have in mind the type of designs you might want to create. So you can just go and create this within Illustrator or within Photoshop, whatever you're deciding to use. So you can go and create a canvas this size, and then you're just going to go and create your design within Illustrator using this size, and then you're going to go and add it over here. So what we can do is we can go and click on add design. You can go and choose your device, and then from here you can go and upload your design. So let's just say, for argument's sake, I want to go and add this Clint Eastwood design over here. This is going to be my first poster on my store. So you can see over here, this is how it is going to look, and you can go and make it larger if you want to. Now, as you can see, because my design is fairly small, it's not the 7200 by 10800, it's coming up as medium resolution. So you can go and add in a design that's a bit bigger and it will come up with high resolution. So I do actually have this in a bigger design, but just for the purpose of the tutorial, we're just going to go and leave this. Now what you can do is you can go and align your design. So I'm going to go and just align this to the center like this, and then you can go and add a layer as well if you want to. So add another different design, so something that could be on top. So if I wanted to go and add some text, I could add a layer and put the text over the top of this. You can also go for your background color. So you can go and choose your background color, whichever one you want to use. Now for this poster, I'm just going to go and stick with the white one. So now that you have done that, you have got all sizes as well. So you can go and choose all of the different sizes that you want. So you can see we can go and redesign it based on the size. So for example, for this one, I might want to go and bring it down to that sort of size. So now you can go and choose which sizes you want to have. So I'm just going to go and tick all of them. So we'll just go for this one, we'll go for this, we'll go for this. So you can see my design sort of fits basically on all of them. And except for maybe one of them, it was quite close to the edge. Was it this one, I believe? So this one, I'm just going to go and change it a little bit for this one as well. Now you can also go and have a look at the preview as well. So if we go and look at the preview, then it's going to go and come up and we can see what it looks like. So this is what the poster will look like, and you can go and look at the preview for all of the different ones that you have designed. So we can go and look at the preview for that. We can go and look at the preview for this one as well. And you can go and save these images if you want to. So then you can go and use these on your website. So now that we've done that, let's just go back into edit mode and just make sure we've got all of these ticked. So let's just have a look. So you can see for some of them it's now saying low resolution because my print file is quite small. Now like I said, I do have a larger version of this, but like I said, just for the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to continue with this one over here. So now that we have ticked all of these, so we've got all of these different ones that we want, what we can do is, so let's just untick some of these. So some of these it won't let me continue because of the low resolution. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and change this. So let's just go and delete this. I'm just going to go and add in the larger design. So let me just go back and add in a larger design. So you can see here, this one's a lot bigger, 7,200 by 10,800. So if I go and add this one in now, this should come up with high resolution. So like I said, I recommend obviously when you are adding your designs to add them in with this high resolution, because it's going to come out a lot better when it actually prints. And if the resolution is too low, you won't actually be allowed to go and create your design. So now we can see where I've uploaded that. It's saying high resolution over here. Now once again, I'm just going to go and make this a little bit smaller. And once again, we can go and just tick it for all of them. So now it's saying high resolution for all of them. So now I can actually go and save the product, as you can see. So once again, you can just go and preview them, make sure that it looks good. So you can see this one over here, might want to change it because it's being cut off. So let's undo that I just done. And we're just going to resize it to something like that. So like I said, make sure you've checked all of your designs. Now this is for every single product. So for t-shirts, for example, you probably won't really have this sort of problem because t-shirts, it will just print. For example, if you just put it on the side of the t-shirt, no matter what size, it will just print there. So now that we've done that, we can just go and hit save product. Now from here, you can go and pick the main image. So this is going to be the one that shows on your site. So you can go and pick the main image that you want to use. So I'm going to go for the portrait version, or maybe is this landscape? I don't know. Anyway, but I'm just going to go for that one because I think it just looks nicer, and we can just go and hit next. Now from here, you can go and add your product title. Now, obviously I recommend don't just go with the default title over here because that's really boring. Now I'm going to go for Clint Eastwood, good, the bad, and the ugly no-name poster. So in that film, Clint Eastwood plays somebody called No Name, so we can say the good, the bad, and the ugly no name poster, because that's the film. Now don't make these too long once again, so as a matter of fact I might actually just get rid of Clint Eastwood and just put the good, the bad, and the ugly no name, and I'm just going to go and put in that like that. Now over here we can go and add something in our product description. So for my description, I'm just going to go and put a quote from the film. So there are two kinds of people in this world, those with guns and those that dig. You dig unless you buy the poster. So that's just a little play on one of the quotes from the film, and then we can just say beautiful and minimalist poster of No Name from the good, the bad, and the ugly. So like I said, you want to just don't make them too long, but it's going to be something to do with your design. And then over here we can just go and keep this one in. Every room deserves to be special. These supreme quality posters in various sizes serve statement pieces, creating personalized environment. To be honest with you, you probably could just get rid of that. And I don't like this bit here, so we can just say for indoor use, get rid of these colons and full stops, and you can go and leave in the 265 GSM so people know what it's made from. Now also over here, don't worry because the fonts are different. When we actually post it to our website, all of the fonts will be on using the fonts that we already set on our website earlier. So now we can just go and hit next. Now from here is where we can go and set the pricing for all of the different variant sizes. So as you can see, it's got the cost for all of them, and then over here we've got the profit. So these prices here are looking a bit random, so you want to go and obviously make them fairly rounded up. So I would say go and have a look at some research and see how much the product that you're trying to sell is selling for, and then you can go and try and price it around a similar sort of price. So let's just say for this one, for example, I'm just going to go and sell this for, let's say, $9.99, and this one as well is going to be $10.99. So as these sizes go up, I'm just going to go and put the prices up. So this one's going to be $10.99, and then this one can be $13.99. This one can be $15.99, and so on. So you can see we've got $17.99, and I'm just going to go and round all of these prices up. So let's make $25.99, and then once again we can do the same pricing model for these ones as well. So the $4.55 ones will now be $9.99. So let's come over to here, and the next one. So you can see this is how you can just go and change all of the pricing. It's pretty simple. So I'm just going to go and quickly change all of these ones. So let's just change this, and this one, and this one, and finally this one. Now obviously you can go and put whatever price you want if you think you have really nice designs and they're worth more than the pricing that I'm putting in here, then, or you want to make a minimum of $10 on each one, then you can go and put the prices up. So that's perfectly fine. You can go and decide, test it out, see what works. So now we're just going to go and hit next, and from here we can finally publish the product to our store. So if you just click on this, you're going to see publish product to your WooCommerce store. If you go and hit publish over here, and now that is going to be in our WooCommerce website. So if we go back over to our website, so let's just wait for that to finish publishing. And now what we can do is if we click on see in store over here, it's going to bring us over to our store. Now we can go and change this page later, so don't worry too much about that for now. But as you can see, we've got our product over here. So you can see we've got our product, and the person can go and pick their size, whatever size they prefer. So if they want to go for this size or this size or whatever they like. So as you can see, that's really great. Now if we go to edit product over here, that will bring us back to the backend. Now we can go and edit the product more within here if you want to. So once again, you can go and change the product description. So what I recommend doing is actually putting your product description is copying this and putting it into the product short description, and that's actually going to be the one that shows up at the top of the product page. So I'll just show you what I mean by that in a moment. Now also, if we come over to shipping over here, we don't have any shipping set up for this product, so we will have a look at setting up shipping in a moment. But like I said, just with the product description, you can see I put the product short description in here. So if I hit update now, and then once that's updated, if we just go to preview changes over here, so let's just click on preview changes. Now we can see the description comes up here, as opposed to it was coming up down here before description. So actually what I would recommend doing is just putting this part in the description down here, and then you can keep this bit over here. So if I just show you what I mean, let's go back to edit product, and from here we can go and grab this bottom bit. So let's go and grab that, and we can put that over here in the description. And then if we scroll down, we can just leave this where it is. So let's just go and leave that, hit update. And now if we go and preview the product again, and now you can see we've got this part over here, and then down here we've got a smaller description as well. So that is how you can do that. Now next up, what we will look at is adding a category. So let's go and have a look at adding a category. So if we go to edit product again, and from here we can go and add a category. So over here we're going to go, so you'll see product categories, we can go to add new category. I'm just going to go and put this as posters and click add new category. And now you can see that it's added the posters category, and I'm just going to untick it from the uncategorized category. Now it's really important to categorize your products, because when we display them on the home page, we can go and display them based on their category. So now if we just go and click view product, we should be able to see that it's got the category. So it's got posters over here. Now if they click on posters, it brings them over to the posters category, and obviously we've just got our one product in here. So as you go and add more products from Printify, you can go and expand your categories, add in different categories, add in more products for each different category. So now that we have done that, what we'll have a look at next is going and just changing our product page layout. So if we go to customize over here, and from here, the first thing we're going to do is get rid of this sidebar. So we go to sidebar over here, and instead of having right sidebar, we're going to go and choose no sidebar. So now we're going to have a full width page like that. See, that looks so much better already. So let's just go and hit publish on that. And now I mentioned the shipping earlier. So with Printify, because we installed the Printify plugin earlier on in the tutorial, it just picks the shipping up for us. So I'll just show you what I mean. So we don't have to set up any shipping rates, because it takes the shipping rates directly from Printify. Now, for some of the products, the shipping rates are fairly high, but basically what you need to do is you need to look at where you are going to be marketing towards, and then you can go and create the product based off that. So basically what I mean by that is I chose the one that is fulfilled in the United States here. So if I go and ship this product to the UK now, it's going to cost me a bit more, whereas if I go and ship this to United States, it should be cheaper. So if we just go over to here and I go and add this to the cart, and basically then when I go and add this to the cart, we can go and have a look at the shipping rate. So now that that product has been added to the cart, we can go to view cart over here, and then from here you will see it says shipping. So we've got 11.50 because I'm in the UK. If I go and calculate this and I go and change this to, let's say, the United States, and hit update, we can see it's become cheaper. So, or I can go for express if I want to. So that is how it can go and update the shipping. So let's just say I wanted to go and pick another country, let's say Turkey. Let's see what the shipping rates are for Turkey. We can go and hit update over here, and once again you can see 11.50 for Turkey. So it has connected the Printify shipping rates to this product because it knows that this product is connected to Printify. So that's the really great thing about using Printify. You don't have to worry about setting up all of the shipping yourself. So basically, now that we have done that, what I am going to do is I'm going to go and just add a few more products from Printify. So then when we are actually building out the front end, so the home page of our store, it just looks a little bit more full. So I'm just going to go and add in a few more products from here now. So I've just gone and added in another poster, but let's just go and have a look at designing another type of product. So we've looked at designing posters, but I just want to show you how easy this process is to design different products based off of the same design. So if we just go back over to catalog over here, and if I just go to home and living, let's just say I want to go and design a mug this time. So just your generic normal sort of mug. So I can just go and pick this over here. And then once again, I can go and choose where I want to fulfill it from. So let's just say I want to go for the US version again. And then once again, I can just go and add my design. So I'll just go and upload my design. And from here, I can go and have a look. So let's just go for, who should we go for this time? Let's just go for Ron Burgundy. So I'm going to go for a nice Ron Burgundy mug. So we're just going to go and add this over here. And once again, this one is high resolution. And then you can go to the preview to see what your mug is going to look like. So you can see that's right at the front of the mug. So you can see we've got left and right. And then we've got that right at the front like that. So if I just go back to edit, I think I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller because it's like quite flush close to the edges, so something like that. So now if we go and preview this, now we have this cool Ron Burgundy mug. That looks pretty cool. So let's just go to edit. So now we can go and save the product once again, and like I said, it's that simple to go and design another product. So now we can go and pick the image that we want to use. So sometimes Printful can take a little while to load the images, but I'm just going to go for the front one. So let's just go and hit next. And then from here, we can go and once again add in our description. So I'll just call this Ron Burgundy mug. And then I can just go and once again, I can put in a quote or something. So I can say, let's say that escalated quickly. How did I end up with this mug? So we could say something like that, just, you know, taking a quote from the film. And then we've got over here, perfect for coffee, tea, hot chocolate, blah, 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 blah. And once again, with these dots, I said I don't really like them, but that's just my own personal preference. So let's just go and get rid of those like that. And then we can go to next over here. And from here, I can go and just adding the pricing. So because this one doesn't have any variants, it's just a simple mug, I can go and add in whatever I like. So let's just say we're going to make this $15.99, and we'll go to next again. And then finally, I can just publish it straight to the store. So I can just go and hit publish. So they're just asking me to rate Printify. We'll do that later on. So let's just give that a moment to publish to my store. So now that that has published to my store, I can go and click on see in store over here. And we can see we've got this Ron Burgundy mug. Now, for some reason, it's coming up with the big smoke image. So maybe I have added in the wrong image. So let's just go back over here. So I was testing out my store earlier, and I was using the big smoke image quite a lot. So it's probably just crossed over with some of the old products that I had and I deleted. So that hopefully shouldn't happen for you. But if that does happen, I recommend just go and delete the product. So you can just come in here and delete it, and you can just go and redo the product if that does happen for you. Now, once again, like I said, this is why we go and change the description and put a product short description, because I prefer when the description comes up here. I think it looks a lot nicer. So once again, if we go to edit product over here, and we can just go and grab this. So let's just say this bit over here, we can go and copy that. And then you can just go and paste it down here. So let's just go and paste that down there. Now, once again, like I said, you can see this image over here. It's coming up with big smoke. So what we'll do is we're just going to go and change this to the Ron Burgundy one. So I'm just going to go to upload an image, and I'm just going to go and change it to my Ron Burgundy mug. Now, you can see these are different images. I will be showing you how to make these in a moment. So let's just go and upload this one over here. And then we're just going to go and click on set product image. So let's just click on that. So now we've just got that Ron Burgundy one instead. And if we just hit update, and now we can just go and preview this. So let's just go and delete these and just hit update. Now, another thing just to mention is that the images that are connected from Printify will always be the ones that show. So even if you go and change your images here, so this one will show in some places, but when you actually go and click on the product, it's probably still going to show the product with big smoke on because it's connected to this. And like I said, because I was messing around with the products earlier, it's still going and taking that image. So like I said, that hopefully that probably shouldn't happen for you if you're setting it all up from scratch. Now over here, I can go and add a new category again. So let's just go and add mugs and hit add new category and untick it from uncategorize and just go and hit update over here. And now we can just go and preview the products. So let's just go and click on preview over here. And now we can see we've got our Ron Burgundy mug. And like I said, it's still coming up with the big smoke picture because it's taking it directly from Printify, and I had that product published earlier, but I deleted it. But now you can see over here, this looks a lot nicer when this description is up here as opposed to down here. So now we've had a look at creating another product within Printify. I recommend just going and creating all of your products, because later on we are going to go and put them in the front end, so in the home page of our store. But what we are going to go and look at next, we are actually going to go and look at publishing products from Printful as well. So Printful is another company that's similar to Printify, a third-party fulfillment company that does print on demand. So there will be a link in the description to Printful, and when you click on that link, you will be brought over to this page over here. So from here, we can click on Start Selling. From here, we can go and sign up for Printful. So once you have entered in your name and email and picked a password, just click on Sign Up. Then it's just going to ask us why we want to use Printful. So you can just say Start My e-commerce business and click on Finish. Now once you sign up for Printful, you will then be brought over to your Printful dashboard. Now from here, the first thing you need to do is confirm your email address. So you can see I've already done that. So just head over to your emails. You will see an email from Printful and just go and click on that, and then you should be brought back over here. And if you're not, just go and click on My Printful and you'll be back over to here, and it should say you've confirmed your email. Now the next thing that we are going to do is connect our store. So click on Connect Your Store over here, and then from here we're going to choose the platform. Then we're going to go and choose WooCommerce, and from here we're going to go set up for an existing store. So if we scroll down, you will see all the things that we need to do. So firstly, we need to go and set up this legacy API, which is really easy to do. So we're just going to go back to our WordPress dashboard, go to WooCommerce and click on Settings over here. So go click on WooCommerce Settings and then go to Advanced. And then from here, we're going to go to Legacy API, and then we're going to go and tick this on, Enable the Legacy REST API, and click Save Changes. So now that we've done that, we can go to Printful over here. So go and click on Printful, and then just go and click on Connect. And then once we click on Connect, we should be brought over to this page. And from here, just go and click on Approve. Now, once you click on that, you might be brought over to this page. So I'm just going to go and hit Continue over here. And then you should come over to this page where it says Confirm Connection. So then just go and click on Connect to Store. And then you should just see this green bar saying, hold on, product data is being synchronized. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you, for whatever reason, if you do click on authorize and it gives you an error message and it says something along the lines of make sure that the URL is correct in your settings, then what you need to do is you need to go and change your settings within here. So sometimes with Printful, it doesn't recognize the URL. And one of the main reasons that that can be is within settings, if you go to general over here, if this is still set to HTTP, so not HTTPS, then it won't recognize it because our URL is HTTPS, but the URL in here is HTTP. So just make sure that you go and do that if you are getting that error message. So now over here, you can see that it says your WooCommerce store is now linked. So now that we have done that, we can actually go and start creating some products. Now you can see over here, it has not synced some of these products. So it's got some of these products in here and it's saying not synced because these are our Printify products. So we don't want to go and sync our Printify products with Printful because they're fulfilled by a different company. So it's perfectly fine if you go and see that they're not synced, just go and leave them. That's perfectly fine. So let's go back to our Printful dashboard over here. And from here, we can go and finally now have a look at creating a product. So from here, we can go and click on create a product template. And then from here, we can scroll down and click on create your first product template. And then the Printful catalog will open up. Now, similar to Printify, they have a very large product catalog. So go and find the product that you want to design. And just a small word of advice, maybe you want to think about having similar sort of products on your website. So think about your target market, your niche market, and what they might be interested in, instead of just going and trying to design every single product that you can get. So from here, I'm just going to go and choose a product. So let's just go to accessories and let's just go and choose some socks. So we're going to choose a pair of socks, and then we can go and choose this. Now from here, you can go and select the sizes that you want, and then from here you can go and upload your design. So where it says drop your design here, we can go and click on this, then we can go and click on upload. just accept the terms. So click I accept, and now we can go and upload an image. So I'm going to go and upload an image. Who shall we pick this time? Let's go for Jim Morrison. So we're going to go and design some Jim Morrison socks. So we're going to go and upload this. So once your image uploads, you can just go and click on choose. And then from here, we can go and design our socks. So as you can see, this is, so the DPI basically just means if it's good, then the print quality is going to be decent. So anything lower than that, you don't really want to use it. Now, as you can see here, this is a little bit too large. So I want to go and try and see if I can make this smaller. So what we're going to do is, let's just have a look. We should be able to make it smaller. So if we grab this blue and we can go and bring it down, then you can go and align it. So we can just go and align it in the middle. So let's just align this to the middle like that. There we go. And you can go and make a pattern if you want to. So we could go and do loads of Jim Morrisons. So that's the cool thing about Printful, is you can go and create different designs like this. So we can go and do this, Jim Morrison, just everywhere, all over the socks. But I think, as a matter of fact, let's go for, that looks pretty cool actually. So let's just go for that and click on continue. And then what we can do is you can go and click on save product template. So now that we have done that, we should see that we've got our product template here. Now, if we go and view this, we can see somebody wearing the Jim Morrison socks. So that looks pretty cool. Now, if we just go and click add to store, we can go and add this to our store now. So with Printful, a lot of their products ship from the US and from Europe. So you can see over here, we've got US and Europe for the socks. So you can just go and have both of those ticked if you plan to go and market to both of those regions. And then we can just go and click on proceed to mockups. Now from here, you can go and choose the mockups that you want to go and use. So if you want to have somebody actually wearing them, if you want to just have the flat mockup design like this, so you can go and choose whichever one that you want to go and use. So I would just go for the flat ones personally, but you can always go and download the extra mockups if you want to. So I'm just going to go for the flat ones. Now what I recommend is, I would recommend going for the PNG, and that just basically just means that it's going to have no background, so transparent background, because later on we want to have transparent background for when we are adding them to our homepage. Now you can also add additional mockup styles. So if you click on this, you can go, I can say I've got this over here and I also want to have somebody wearing it. So let's say I wanted to go and have this female wearing it here like this, so I can go and add the additional ones. Now we can go and click on proceed to details. Now from here we can go and add in our titles, so we can go and say Jim Morrison socks, and then you can go and add your description once again. So I could go and say something like this quote from one of the Doors songs, show me the way to the next whiskey bar, and then I could go and say in these socks. So just something silly like that, and then after that we've just got the specs of the actual socks, so what they're made from and how they can be washed and things like that. Now once again we can go and add that to the small description down below. Now for some reason this print file area is still here. Don't worry if you've got that as well, that's just a small glitch. Now over here you've got the size guide as well, and then you can go and pick your category. So this is being added to mugs. Now obviously I would want to go and create another category called socks, but you can always go and change that later on, so that's perfectly fine. So let's just go and click on proceed to pricing. Now from here what we can do is we can have a look at the prices. So as you can see, you can go and see how much profit you want to make. So I could just go and change this, let's just say to $16.99, and I make a £9 profit. So I'll just go and paste those in there, and then all you need to do is hit submit to store, and then it's just going to say adding new product to store. So just give it a few moments. So once you've left it for a few moments, just go back over to your store and click on products under WooCommerce, and now you will see that I've got my Jim Morrison socks over here. Now what we need to do is we can just go down here, and like I said, I can go and change this to socks if you want to. So over here I can just go and add a new category. Now you can see we've got it over here with the transparent background like that, which is really cool. And then we've got this other one over here because we added those extra mockups. So as you can see like that. And also the great thing about this one is you get the size guide. So when you import it, the size guide imports with it as well. And now, like I said, we can just go and take this over here as a matter of fact, we're going to leave that in there. We're going to just go and grab this, and we'll just paste it down below, so in the product short description. And then, like I said, if you want to add a new category, I've already shown you how to do that. So let's just go and hit update, and now we can go and preview those changes. So let's just go to preview changes, and we can go and see our product over here. So that looks pretty cool. And if they click on here, they can go and see the Jim Morrison socks being worn. So as you can see, there you go, and they can go and choose their size. And that is basically it for adding products from Printful. So you can just come in here and you can go and add another product template and just add it to your store. It's pretty simple. Now obviously I will be showing you how to go and fulfill orders with Printify and with Printful later on in the tutorial, but for now I do just want to show you how we can go and enable the Printful shipping as well. So if we just go over to our cart right now, we can see no shipping options were found. So what we can do is we can go back to our WordPress dashboard. We can go to WooCommerce, go to settings over here, and then if we go to shipping over here, so just go and click on shipping, and then from here we can go and enable Printful shipping as well, just like we've done with Printify. So if we go to Printful shipping over here, and we can go and just tick enable shipping method, click on save changes, and now hopefully if we go back to our home page and we just go and click on our cart over here, and we should be able to see, let's have a look. If we just go and try a different shipping area, so let's try United Arab Emirates and hit update. There you go. Now you can see it is updating this. So if we go and change it back to United States and we hit update, and it's saying no options found. So that's probably because this one over here is shipping. So let's just try United Kingdom. Let's try that and hit update and see what happens. So now we can see it's updating. So it could possibly be because within Printful we are just fulfilling this one from the Europe one. So that's why we have no shipping rates for the US. So that is how you can go and enable the shipping rates for Printful with WooCommerce as well. But for now, the next thing that we are going to go and focus on is building out our homepage. So go back to your store and click on your homepage, and then from here we're going to go click edit page. And then from here, what we are going to do is we're going to go and click on edit with Elementor. And now from here, we can actually start designing our homepage. So the first thing that we're going to do for our homepage is add in a hero image over here. So with most websites, you'll see you've got a hero image. So that's the big sort of background image, especially on e-commerce websites. So we're going to go and click plus over here, and then we're going to go and just add in a single section like this. So with Elementor, you just add in section by section. So we're going to go and add in a single section. Now from here, we're going to go and add in a background image. So if you click on this over here, these 6 dots, and it will say edit section. Now from here, if we go to style, we can go to background, click on classic, and click on image. Now from here, I'm going to go and add in this image over here. So this one over here, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go and upload a different one. I think I've got a better one than that I've just sort of modified. So we're going to go in here and let's go to posters. Let's have a look. This is the one over here, iconic posters. So we're just going to go and upload this, and I'll show you how you can go and get an image like this in a moment. So let's just go and upload this first, and then once again you can just go and put your brand name in and some text like this and just paste it into the alt text. And like I said, that helps a very tiny bit with Google SEO. So then we just go and click on insert media. Now obviously you can't see it over here, but don't worry about that. We're going to go and fix that. So what you can do is you can go back to layout over here, and you're going to go to height, and you're going to go and change this to minimum height, and you're going to go and make this as large or as small as you want. But I recommend we're going to go for something like 650. 650 like that. Now if we go back into style over here, we're going to go to size, and we're going to go to cover. So now you can see it's covered like that. Now you can see when I go like that, it starts to cut this off a bit. So what you can do is you can go to position, and we can change it. Let's try top center. Let's try center. So center, and now you can see that looks a lot better. Now, in order to create images like this, which I definitely recommend that you do, so because I've just got the posters, so these are just plain posters, and over here we can go and see that they're in the frame. So when I actually create the products, within the product description, I want to say it doesn't include frame. So it's just poster only if you're going to go and do this. But this is a great way to go and display your posters with what they would actually look like in a frame. Now, if you want to go and do this, what you can do is you can go back to Graphic River, and once again, you can go and create some mockups. So if you just go and type in frame mockup or whatever you type of product you're looking for, t-shirt mockup, then you can go and find this from Graphic River, and you can just go and download this, and you can just go into Photoshop, and you can see over here I've just gone and created it. It's really easy to do, so I'll just show you very briefly. So you just go and click on your design over here, and you do get instructions with this, and you can just go and paste your design in there, and when you close it, it will come and show up in the middle over here. Now, another alternative to using Graphic River is to use Placeit. So Placeit will allow you to go and create these types of images as well. So if I just go to upload image over here, and from here I can just go and upload an image. So let's just say Winston Churchill over here. We'll just go and upload this, and you can go and crop it however you like. So let's just go for something like that, and we'll just hit crop. And from here, now you can see that's how it's going to be. Now with this, you can go and download it, or you can go and pay monthly. So I think it's $14.95 a month, so $15 a month, or you can pay $90 a year, and you basically get unlimited mockups. And there's so many different mockups that they've got: hoodies, mugs, tote bags, all different types of things that you can get. And finally, what you can also do is with Printify, for example, you can just go and download the images. So you could go and get the images from here. So if we just go and click on this, and if I just go and right click this, you can go and save this image. Then you can head over to a website called remove.bg, and basically you just go and upload the image and remove the background. Now the only problem with that is sometimes the quality isn't great, so that's why I recommend using either Graphic River or Placeit, because when you go and remove the background from the images directly from Printify or even from Printful, sometimes the quality cannot look that great. And if you're doing a large image like this and it starts to look a bit pixelated and fuzzy, then that's just going to bring the quality of your website down quite a lot. So now I've shown you how you can go and create this. Just go and add your background image over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add an overlay. So go over to your color palette and choose one of your main colors, and we're going to go and add an overlay to this. So over here we're going to click on background overlay, and we're going to go to classic color. I'm just going to paste our color in there. Now I'm just going to go and make that one notch darker. So opacity just means basically how transparent it is. So 0.5 is obviously more transparent than 0.6. So I just like it a little bit dark like that. Now next up, we're going to go and add a heading in here. So let's go and just drag a heading in here, and we're going to go and center align this. And from here, we're just going to go and I'm just going to say a main heading. So I'm going to say iconic people. So actually I'm going to go and change this to all caps. Iconic people, if I can spell it. There we go. Iconic people, iconic posters. So we're just going to say something like that. And this here is supposed to be a comma. Now from here we can go and change this. So if we go to style, I'm going to go and change this text color to white. Then in typography, I'm going to go and change the weight, and I'm going to make it a bit thicker like that. Now you can also go and change the size. So let's see what it looks like 50 pixels like that. So that looks pretty cool. Iconic people, iconic posters. And then what we can do is we can go and add in some smaller text. So text editor will just add in some smaller text. Once again, if I go to style, I'm just going to go and center align this. And then I'm just going to go celebrating iconic figures from pop culture, history, music, and film. So we could just go and say something like that. Now obviously, depending on what products you're selling, this is going to be completely different, but like I said, just short and snappy. So from here we're going to go to style, and I'm going to go and change this to white again, and once again I'm just going to go and change this to bold. And we can just go and change the size, maybe let's try 20, something like that. That looks pretty cool. And now we're going to go and add a button in here, and once again center align the button. Now with the button, I'm just going to go and make it this black color just to add some contrast. So let's go and go to style, and then we're just going to go text color can still be white, but the background is going to be black. And then with typography, let's see if we can change the weight if we need to. Yeah, so that looks pretty cool. And we're just going to say shop now. Okay, so now we've got our first main hero image. So when they come straight onto our site, they just see this. Now that looks pretty cool. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to go and add some product sliders. So from here, we're going to go back over to here. And what we are going to do is we're going to type in universal. So go and find universal product layout. Now this is from the plugin that we installed right at the beginning of the tutorial called WooLentor. So if you haven't activated WooLentor or installed it, then you won't see this. So make sure you go and do that. So now we're going to go and paste this in here. Now you can see there's some products coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and make sure that I have all of my products categorized correctly, and then we're going to come back in here and finish this off. So I've just gone and made sure all of my products are categorized correctly in their correct categories, and now we can actually start going and editing this area here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create an unlimited product slider for each of our categories on our homepage, so people can go and look at all of our different products. So from here, what we can do is you can just go and click on this, and firstly we can go to layout settings. Now we can go and change this to a slider over here. So now this is going to become a slider, and then from here, if we go to query settings, we can go and choose category instead. So we're going to go for category. Let's just start off with mugs over here. And then we're going to go and change this. So you can change this to however many products you want. So I think I've got, let's say, 6 mugs. So we can just go and change this to 6. So now you can see the arrows come up. So if we just go and click on this, so this little arrow just lets you see how it's going to look full width. Now we can see we've got our mugs like this. So that looks okay so far. Now what we want to do is we want to make this area full width. So if we click on this section over here, instead of having boxed, we can go full width like that. Then you can go and add a little bit of a gap, because right now you can see the arrows are getting cut off. So I'm just going to go and add a little bit of a gap. So over here it says column gap. I'm just going to go to wider. So now if we go like that, you can see the arrows show a little bit. Now we will go and sort that out in a moment. Now let's just go back and click over here. And what we can do is we can go to where it says content settings. In here you can go and change all of this. So if we go to title hide, we can get rid of the title. Can get rid of the price. Now I'm just going to go and hide the category and just have the title and the price like that. Now also you may notice over here we've got this action button. So this basically allows them to do a quick view, and they can go and add it to the cart. Now this is a really cool feature. I think it's actually quite nice, but the only thing about this feature is that when we go to the mobile version, so if you go to responsive mode, you can go and have a look at what your site's going to look like on a mobile. So you can see over here, here's mine on a mobile. Now let's just go and see on a mobile, it's actually okay, to be fair as well. Now all of these weird scrolls won't come up on actual real life mobile, so this will probably be quite squashed. So like I said, it's totally down to you. Test it out and see if you want to use it on a mobile. But personally, I just think sometimes it can cause more trouble than it's worth. So I'm just going to go and you can go and turn these off. So if we click in here, we can actually go to action buttons and just click to not show them. So it would just be like that. Now if you go to image settings, you can go and change how the image is going to look. So if I go to gallery tab, now obviously these ones only have one image, but if you've got more than one image, it will show all of them in a gallery tab, or you can go for a slider. So they can actually slide the actual images. Now still personally, I prefer just the single image like this. Now you can also do a countdown timer, but once again, I really don't think that these are that necessary. Now within the slider options, you can see how many products you want to go and add to your slider. So I want to add 4. I think 4 looks nice like that, and I think that the quality of the images come out a little bit better when it's a 4 like that. So now you can go and see that it's like that. Now we can go and change the actual colors as well. So if we go into style, we can go and change the colors of this, which we will be doing for our next category. So border color, I would just recommend having the same color as the background. Now I'm just going to go and get this sort of off-white color I'm going to have for this bit here. So you can go and change the complete background by going to the section, go to style, and we're going to go and change the complete background to this sort of off-white, and then we're going to go and change this as well. So let's go and click on this, and from here we're going to go, and the border color is going to be this color. So make sure you add in your hashtag in there, and then you've also got your background color. So if we go to background color, we can go and change that as well. So now you can see that it's looking like that. So it's looking really good. Now we can also go and change the typography color. So I'm going to go for the black that I'm using. So let's come in here. So we've got the product badge. So I don't think, let's try product badge. So I think product title is the only one that we've got, and product price. Yep. So we can come in here. We can go and change the product title color and also the product price color. So regular price is going to be this color like this. Now I just want to have a look at what the hover color looks like. So you can see it's coming up gold. So if we want to go and change that in the hover color over here, so you see title hover color. Now I'm not going to have any hover color. I'm just going to go and have it the normal color that it is. So now when you hover on it, it's just a regular color. Now in typography, you can also go and change the actual font. So if we've got product price over here, I'm going to go and change it to the font that I'm using. So I believe that is Montaga. So if we go and choose Montaga, there we go, that looks a lot better. And then the product title, let me go and have a look at the font I'm using for product title. So let's come back in here. So I actually remember it was Overpass, I believe it's called. So let's come back in here. And this might already be on Overpass anyway, if I'm not recognizing it correctly. But I'm just going to go and do it just to make sure. So Overpass, let's go and choose Overpass. Yep, so we're already using that. So now you can also go and once again change the size. So if I want to go and change this to, let's say 20, and then go and change the price size to maybe, let's say 15. So it's like that, and that looks pretty cool. So now we can go and also change our arrows. So if we just go to action button style, so not action button, slider control style, so over here, and now you can go and change the color of the arrows. So I'm just going to go once again and change them to this black color. So let's go and change that, and you can also go and change the background if you want to. So you can see now that looks a little bit weird, so we're going to just change it back to white. And you can also go and change the border color as well. So I'm just going to go over to border type over here. We'll just go to solid, and let's just see if we change that to black. Yep, so now you can see that's gone to black around the outside. So let's just go and have a look. If we just hit update over here, that just makes sure that your site is saved. So now we can see we've got our product slider, and that looks pretty cool. And they can slide all of the different mugs. Now what we're going to do is next we are going to go and add in a title over here. So let's add a heading above this, and we're just going to go and call this iconic mugs. So that's a bit of a play on words. In the UK we use the word mug to sort of as a disrespect, so it's kind of like iconic mugs, but also iconic mugs, and it can also refer to somebody's face as well, so that's why that's a bit of a play on words. But anyway, that's just for this specific site. So what we can do is we can also go and add in a spacer in here, and that just sort of leaves a little bit of space over here, so it's not all crammed up together. So now that we've done our mugs, next up what we can do is really easily we can just go and right click, and we can click duplicate section, and basically that just means we don't have to redo everything that we just done, all of the work. Now we can just go and change the category. So if we just come over here and we go into query settings, I'm just going to go and change this now to posters, and now we have our posters category. Now that looks really cool. And like I said, for these ones, I've just used the mockup with a transparent background. So the frame mockup from Graphic River, and just with a transparent background. So you can see it's just like that. So that looks really cool. I'm really pleased with that. But what we are going to do is we're going to go and change the color of this section. So we're going to go and make this one the blue color. So let's go and copy this, and we're going to go to the background here, go to style, and then color. And let's change it to that, and then we're going to go and change this as well. So we're going to go and change this, so we'll go into style over here. So let's just click that again, and we're going to go to background, change that to that, and also we need to look for the border color. So border color over here, we're going to change that, and now we need to go and change the product category. Not the product category, the product title. So we're going to go and change this to white, and when it's hovered it's also going to be white, and the price. So like I said, you don't have to just do everything again, you just have to change a few little things, and we can go and change this one over here as well. So let's go and change this to white as well. So now what we're going to do is as well, actually, I'm going to just go and change this. So some stuff is just trial and error on your site. So I'm going to go and change this to not too thick like that. Maybe let's try 700. 700 I think looks pretty cool. And we're going to go and do that for this one as well. So we'll come in here, we'll go to weights and change it to 700. And this one is going to be iconic posters. So now let's open this out. Our home page is coming together. It's looking pretty cool. Now, this is just one way of doing things. I actually really like this style where we've got all of our mugs, all of our posters, and each different category. And like I said, you don't have to go and do this, but I personally just think it looks really cool. And then finally, what we're going to do is we're just going to go and add in one more. So we're just going to go and duplicate this again. And this time we're going to go and add in the stationery section. So I'm just going to come into here and I'm just going to go and delete this posters section. And now we've just got our stationery over here. Now, as you can see, we need to just go and change a few things on this, but we don't want to have, so I never recommend, you always want to have a contrast between each of your sections. So as you can see, we don't want to have just a massive blue area here. So I'm just going to go and change this to a sort of grayish, light gray. So just this one over here. So this section is going to be a sort of lighty gray. So once again, we can come into here and we can paste this sort of light gray in. So we're just going to go for that. And then we need to just, once again, just change a few things. So we can go and click on this and we can go change the border color. So like I said, with Elementor, it's really easy to go and just change things like this. Very simple. And then we can go and change all of these colors here. So let's go, and you just want to keep your consistencies and make sure you're using the same colors throughout. And this one, and we've got the regular price and we've got the sale. So let's have a look for sale price. That's one over here. So that's like that. And finally we can just go and change this one to black. So now we have our iconic, this one's going to be stationery. So now if we hit update, and let's just open this one out. Now we can see we have our iconic stationery. Now this one here, I've just put in recent products. So when we scroll, it's showing all of the recent products. But what we can do is, if I just come into here, I can just go and change this slider so that it's only going to show 4 products. So if we go to slider options, sorry, let's go to this one, product limit. We could just change that to 4. So that is how our homepage is going to look. Now, the really great thing about this as well is if you go to mobile, you can see it still looks good on a mobile. And you can go and change the amount of products you have on a mobile as well. So for example, if we come into here, as a matter of fact, let's go into this one. We can go and change this, and it's really simple. So what you can do is, if you go to content over here, you can go to slider option, and you will see mobile phone. So you can see slider items on the mobile phone. If I change this to a 2, and now we can see we've got 2 slider items. So now if we just have a look here on a mobile, you can go and see that it's got 2. Now, personally, I think it just looks a little bit too small like that. So I would just leave it as 1 because the arrows indicate that it can be slided so people can scroll through it. Now, one last thing that we want to do with these sections, we can go and add some padding. So basically, padding is something that you can add around any element. So if we just come over here and we just click on this whole large section, if we go to advanced, and basically where it says link values together, that basically just means if I type 10 in here, it adds 10 padding all around the edge. Now, if I want to just add to the left and the right. So let's go and delete this. We can unlink these values, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some right padding and some left padding, and you see the arrows moving like that. So as a matter of fact, let's have a look one more time. Let's try maybe 15 each side. So we'll try 15, and now you can see the arrows are just a little bit more complete. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do that for all of our sections. So we'll just come in here. Now I could have done this earlier and just duplicated it, but I just wanted to show you this separately. So we can unlink the values, and we can go and do 15 and 15, and finally this one as well. So unlink the values and do 15 and 15. So now we can go and hit update, and we should be able to see. Oh, so this one doesn't have any arrows because I've done a maximum of 4 products, and there are only 4 products, so you can't actually scroll on this one. But for the other ones you can see. Now let's just go and view the page. Let's go and have a look at how that actually looks. So you can see our homepage is looking really good. Now, like I said, you can just keep it simple with your print on demand store. We don't have to do loads of fancy things with our homepage. Now what we can do is we've got iconic posters over here, and I want to link this button up. So we're going to go and link our buttons up now to each of these different areas. So we're going to have a menu, and in the menu we're going to have all of our different categories. So we're going to have mugs, posters, stationery, and as many different categories as you want, and we can just link them straight over here. So let's go to hit edit with Elementor over here. So from here what we're going to do is add in an anchor menu. So let's type in anchor. So a menu anchor is basically just a link to any part of your site. So if you just go and drag that in here, now we're going to call this one mugs. So that one's going to be mugs, and then we're going to go, I don't know if that's added into there, has it? No, just wanted to make sure. So now we're going to go and add another one in. So this one we're going to go and add in. So once in, just type in anchor, and this one is going to go and be called posters. And then finally you can just go and duplicate things. So if we just right click and hit duplicate, and we can just go and drag this above stationery now, and then just make sure you change the name to stationery. So now if we just go and hit update, what we can do is we can go and add a button in. So firstly, let's go and do our shop now button. So over here we're going to go and grab our URL. So grab your URL, and then in link you're going to paste it, and then after that you're going to put hashtag posters. So that's going to link to this one over here, the posters ID. So let's go and hit updates, and let's just make sure that that is working. So if we go to view page, and now they can see iconic people, iconic posters. They click shop now, and it comes straight down to the posters. So now what we can do is we can actually go and do that for the rest of our menu over here. So in order to go and change our menus, just make sure that you remember what you named it. So we called this one stationery, we called this one here mugs, and obviously we called this one here posters. So we're going to go back over here, and we're going to go and create our first menu. So we're going to go to appearance and menus over here. Now we're going to go and name our menu. So this can just go and be called main menu. That's why I always call my header menus. Then we can go and click on create menu. Now from here we can go and add in some custom links. So the first one is going to be this. So you always have to go, make sure you put in the name of your domain with the HTTPS, and then we're going to go and put hashtag posters, and then the link text can just be posters on its own. Then we go and add that to the menu. So that's our first menu link. Then the next one we're going to go and paste it in again. This time we're going to put hashtag mugs, and we can go and add in mugs. So let's go and hit add over here, and then the last one we can go and paste in, and this one is going to be called stationery. Now you can do this with as many menus as you want to. So let's go and hit add, and then over here display location is going to be the primary menu. Now also you can go and add in other things. So for example, I could go and add in my account, so I can go and add that to the menu, and that can be, and you can go and drag these, so you can go and drag the menus however you like. Now you can also go and add in the cart, the checkout if you want to. So I recommend maybe adding those in. So let's go and add those in as well. So in that way, people can always just go and access their cart and their checkout. So let's go and hit save menu over here. Now, if we just come over to the front end of our store, now we can see if I go and click on posters, it comes down to here. If they click on mugs, it comes to here. If they click on stationery, it comes down to here. Now you can see these are coming up blue, and that is because in our customize area, if we go to customize, and then within the global settings, so we go to global and we go to colors, we go to base colors, and we can see our link color is blue. So if I change the link color to black, that should change to black. So let's go and do that, and we should see, you can see now they've come up black instead. So that's looking really good. Now, one thing that we are actually going to do, instead of having this checkout and cart like this, we just want to have the little shopping cart. So let's go back over here. So click back and click back again and back one more time. Then we're going to go to header over here, and we're going to go to primary menu, and where it says last item in menu, we're just going to go and choose WooCommerce. And now you can see we've got the little cart like that. So now where it says hide last item in menu on mobile, just untick this because we want to have it also on the mobile menu. So if we just go over here, now when they click on the menu, so you can't see it from here. Oh, there we go. We've got it over there as well. Now let's just go and test this out. Last item on menu, outside menu. So let's just go and choose that. So we should be able to see that it comes up like this. So you can have it like that if you want to on your mobile version, but personally I think that just looks a little bit strange. So we're just going to go and get rid of that, and then just go and hit publish. Now we're just going to go and remove those menu items that we don't need. So we don't need the cart and the checkout. So once again, if we just go back to our dashboard, and we're going to go to appearance and menus over here, and we can just go and actually just remove this. So let's go and remove this, remove the checkout. We can keep my account because I think my account's pretty important to have. So now let's go over to our homepage. So now we can see we've got this over here. They can go and view the cart and checkout if they want to, and they can go and click to the posters, and they can also go and click to the mugs. Now what you might notice here is when we scroll, the menu actually goes away. Now we can go and add a sticky menu. So if we go back over here, and then we can go to plugins, add new, and from here we can go and type in sticky header. So go and type in, let's try that again, sticky header, and from here we're going to go and add in this one over here. So sticky menu on scroll. So just go and click on install now, and then just go and click on activate. And once this has been activated, if we go to the homepage of our website, now we can see we've got our sticky menu, so people can just go and click on any of these as they scroll. So now you can see that's basically our homepage done, and it's looking really good, really clean. It's got all of our products on, and from here what they can do is they can just go and pretty much click on any product they want. So for example, if they was to go and click on the good, the bad and the ugly poster, and it just brings them over to here, and you know, they can just do the rest. Add to cart, view the cart, and you can see the cart updates over here. We've got the shipping over here, so they can go and change their address. So let's say I live in Spain. We can go and update this, and once again it's still the same price even to Spain, but as you can see, really simple. Now if we just go back to our homepage, the next thing that we are going to go and look at doing, we're going to go and create some other pages that we can put in our menu. So we're going to go and create the about us, the contact us, privacy policy, terms of service, and all of those necessary pages. So from here, we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard over here. And then from our WordPress dashboard, we are going to go to pages, and I'm going to go and click on add new. Now we're just going to start off with an about us page. So just go and type in about us, and then from here, we're just going to go and hit edit with Elementor. So for an about us, it's a pretty simple page to create. So firstly, we're just going to go and add in a single section. And basically for all of these pages, I always just like to go and create one image that I can use for all of the pages and just add a header in. So I'll just show you what I mean. So we'll just go to style over here, and we're just going to go to a classic background, add an image, and we'll just go and upload an image. and I'm just going to go and upload this About Us image that I have created. So I'm just going to go and upload that, and now that that has uploaded, let's just go and insert that. And what we can do is we can go and change the height of this section again. So we're going to go to height and do a minimum height. So we can do it like this, and then we're going to come back in here and we're just going to go to size and just go to cover. Now let's just go and see what that looks like. So it's looking like that. So let's just go for a center align. So we're going to make that just a little bit bigger. So we'll come into layout and we're just going to change that to 500 like that. Now you can see this is just an image I have created within Photoshop. So I've just gone and put the images that I've been using for the products just with this sort of grainy background. So now if we come back over here, I'm just going to go and add an overlay on this. So just add this blue overlay just because it looks a little bit overbearing like this. So let's come over here, go to background, and we'll add an overlay. So let's just go and add an overlay like that. So that looks much nicer. Now this time I'm going to make it even darker. So I'm going to add it like that. And now all we have to do is just add a heading. And we can go and center align this heading and just say About Us. And then once again, all you need to do is just change your styling. So typography, let's change it to 80 like that, and we're going to change this to 700, and that's basically it. So now all we need to do is just go and add in some text. So just go and have a look at some other sites that are similar to your site, and to write an About Us page, it's not really that important. So we'll just come in here as long as you've got something in there. So for example, I've just had a look at this one, 4 walls don't make a home. So you could go and do something similar to this. So let's just go from here. I'm just going to go and paste that in like that. And what we can do is just make sure you always add in spaces. They just make your site look a lot cleaner. So that's that. And then we can just go, let's say for example, and just copy this bit here. Now I don't recommend copying any information from other sites, always write it yourself, but just to give you the sort of idea of what you can do. So there you go, there's a very simple About Us page. So you can just go for something like that. Now obviously this one over here, the About Us page is a little bit longer, so you might want to make it a little bit longer, just add some extra stuff to it. When you started the store, what was your inspiration, all of those types of things should really be included on an About Us page. But as you can see, I just wanted to show you so you can go and basically we're going to just replicate this image now. So keep this open over here. We're going to keep this page open because now we can just go and copy and paste stuff. So the next page that we're going to create is going to be a Contact Us page. So we're just going to go right click and exit to the dashboard, and we're going to keep this About Us page open. So from here we're going to go and install a plugin. So go to Add New, and we're going to go and install a plugin called WP Forms. So go and install a plugin called WP Forms, this one over here, and just click on Install Now. And once it has finished installing, we're just going to go and click on Activate. Now once it has activated, you will be brought over to this page. From here we're going to go and click on Create Your First Form. Now from here we're just going to go and click on Create a Simple Contact Form. So we're just going to go and click on this, and from here we can just go and have this simple contact form: name, email, comments. That's basically all we need. Now in settings is where we're actually going to go and set up the notifications. So send to email address, right now it's saying admin email address. So that's basically the email address that you use when you first installed WordPress. Now if you want to go and send this to a professional email address, you can go and create a professional email address. So if you come up to Site Tools again, and we go to email, and we go to accounts. Now from here you can go and create a professional email address. So you'll see your domain over here. So you can just go and call this something like contact, and then just go and choose a password. So go choose a password, and then just go and hit create. So so you can see I've already created this one over here. So once you create it, then from here you can just go to log into webmail, and it will bring you over to your new professional email address. So now you can go and start receiving emails into here. So if we use this one over here, and then we head back to our forms over here, we can go and say send to our professional email address. The email subject is just going to be new entry, so it could be the name of your store. So you can just say, or say customer inquiry and then you could go and put your domain or something like that. The from name is going to be from your domain. The from email is going to be the admin email, so you can go and just put in the email address again, and that's basically it. So now we need to just go and hit save, and we can go and embed this form. So if we click on embed, you're going to go and copy this. So just copy this. Now what we're going to do is actually, instead of copying this, let's go back to our WordPress dashboard again. So click back to your about page, right click and open your WordPress dashboard again. And from here, we're going to go to add a new page. And then we're going to go and type in contact us. And this is going to be our contact us page. And now let's go and hit edit with Elementor. And then from here, what you can do is from your about us page, we can right click, copy this whole section, click on the plus button and click paste. Now from here, we can just go and change this to contact us. Now, if you want to, you can always go and make this section a little bit smaller. So maybe that's a little bit too big. So we could go and change it to 400 or 300, something like that. Let's just say 400. And now from here, we're going to go and copy the embed. So come back over here into WP Forms, copy this embed code. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and add a text editor in here. And we'll go and paste that in there. Go to style, make it to the center, click publish. And now let's go and view the page. And now we can see that we have our form. Now it's looking a little bit weird, and that's because I center aligned it, I believe. So if we go back to edit with Elementor, and then from here we can go and change this once again. So let's click back onto this. We can go and left align it. Let's just left align it like that. And also you might want to go and say how long you're going to take. So we will look to get, or sorry, we'll aim to get back to you in 1 to 3 working days. So you can go and say something like that. So let's just go and align it like that. And we can go and add in a spacer again. So let's go and add in a spacer. And you can see that that just makes it look a little bit cleaner. And maybe we just want to think about adding a spacer in at the bottom as well, so the button just isn't as close down there. So what we can do is let's just go and add in a spacer over here. And now you can see that just adds in a little bit of space there, so it's not so close to the footer. So now we can just go and hit update. And now what we need to do is just go and create a few of the other pages. So finally, let's just go back over here. So let's just go and click on exit to dashboard. And now we're just going to go and create our privacy policy. Now, when you install WooCommerce, you do get a privacy policy already. So they create one for you. Now, just trash this one, because this one has been created so that it's not created with Elementor. So we can't go and build it how we want to. So let's just go and delete that one. So we just delete it permanently. And also you will see a page over here, a sample page. If you see that, just trash that as well, because that just takes up unnecessary space that we don't need. So we can just go and delete that. And then let's go and add our privacy policy. So we'll go over here and we're just going to go and add in a privacy policy. And then we're just going to go and hit edit with Elementor. Now, once again, we can just go and copy this section. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go back to my WordPress dashboard and I'm going to copy this section from the contact us page. So let's go and open up the contact us page. So we'll just go and click to our WordPress dashboard again. And from here, we're just going to go to pages, all pages, and then just edit with Elementor on our contact us page. And then from here, I'm just going to go copy this section and just paste it in here. And we're just going to go and change this to privacy. So try and keep consistency. So you've noticed I've been using all caps on all the other pages. So you're going to want to do that on all of your pages just to make sure everything's consistent. Now, in order to generate a privacy policy, you can use a website called getterms.io. And basically you can go and generate a free privacy policy. Now, if you're going to be running your store to multiple different countries, then I recommend that you go and get this, just pay $49. It's a one-off fee, and it's a fully comprehensive privacy policy, terms of service, and a cookie policy. And especially if you're doing Facebook ads and you've got a Facebook pixel, or you're doing Google ads and you're doing retargeting and things like that, you're going to need this. So for a one-off fee of $49 to protect yourself and stop yourself from getting sued, I think this is worth it. But if you're just starting out, then maybe just go for your basic policy. So all you need to do is just go type in your domain.com, and once again your domain, your email address, and all of those things. And once you have entered all of that in, you just need to say I understand and agree, and just click on generate terms. And from here you can just go and copy your privacy policy. So just go and click copy to clipboard. I'm going to come back over here and we're just going to go and paste that in. Pretty simple stuff. So we're just going to go and paste that in here. So now you can see we've got our privacy policy. Now just what you want to do is, we can get rid of that top bit there, just add in some space here. So where you need to go and add it in, just go and add in the space so that the text isn't all cramped up together. And you can just delete this bit here where it says generated by get terms. We just get rid of that as well. And then once again, just like all of the other pages we've done, we just go and create and just add in the spacer, top, and you can do bottom as well if you want to. And then all you need to do is go and do the same for your terms of service page. So you just create a page exactly the same and just go and copy your terms of service and just go and paste it in there as well, and just make sure that it looks good. I'm not going to go and do this because we're just going to be replicating the same thing. Now, one thing that I do want to show you is just with these pages, when you go into the mobile view, you'll notice that the text is very large. So just come into style over here and you can go and change the typography for a mobile. So over here, if I go and let's say I change this to 25, maybe let's go a bit bigger, 30, let's try 40. So you can go and do that. So make sure you go and do that for all of your pages, and once again also for a tablet. So we can see for a tablet it looks perfectly fine. So make sure that all of your pages look responsive and you're double checking all of them. So let's just go and hit publish. So now let's go and look at creating a returns and refund policy. So for returns and refunds, so we're going to go and exit to our dashboard and we'll create a new page. So we'll just go and hit add new, and we'll just call this returns and refunds, and we'll just hit edit with Elementor. And then once again we're just going to go and copy that main header area. So let's just go with the contact us one, and we're just going to copy that main bit. And basically for returns and refunds, all of your items will either be returned to Printful if you're using Printful or Printify. So we'll just have a look at their policy in a second. So let's just go and copy this, and we'll go and paste this in here, and then once again we'll just go and write in returns and refunds. And then like I said, you can go and change this for a mobile. So if we just come in here, we can go to typography, and let's just go and change this to 40 like that. Now for returns and refunds, you're going to want to have a look at the return policy for Printful. So basically the way Printful works is they put their shipping address on it. So if we go into settings and go to returns, you can see all sent products are marked with Printful's return address for your convenience. Now anything that is returned, you still have to go and pay for the shipping. So you don't think that they just give you free returns, but their shipping address will be on there. So it gets returned back to them. Then if you resell it again, it gets sent out. If there's a defect or if there's something wrong with the product, then Printful will actually refund you all of it. So you can go and put in your address if you want to. So you can go and click change address in here if you want the items to be returned to yourself. Now with Printify, whatever you have in my account, so whatever the address you have here is what will show as the returns address. So make sure maybe if you want to use a PO box or a different address, then that's going to be the address that is the returns address that is over here. So make sure you've got the correct returns address in here, unless you want your customers to start returning it to some random place. Now with Printify's returns, all of the items get returned back to you, and then you can decide if you want to resell them. But unless there's something wrong with the product, then Printify will not refund you the product for no reason at all. And also if the customer puts in the wrong address or something like that, you're still responsible for the returns and the refunds and all of those types of things. So also we have over here where the returns are sent. So you can see in here for America, anything from Printful that ships out from the US, it gets returned to here. If it's in Europe, it gets returned to here. If it's Spain, it gets returned to here. Now also you do have the Printful policies for your store that you can go and copy. So if we just go and click on this, I'll leave a link in the description to this. And what you can basically do with this is if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, so where is it? Not that far. Just over here, you'll be able to download the free store policy. So you just put in your email and you just download a PDF. And it's basically just this PDF over here. So you can see we've got returns. So you would just go and copy this. What is your returns policy? And then you can go and copy this. And then also, you can also go and create an FAQs page and a delivery page. So delivery, so you can go and just copy this information. So I'll just show you, it's really easy to do. So for example, for returns, we can go and copy this. So let's just copy up to here, for example, and we can go and put that in our returns and refunds page. So if we go to desktop view over here, and then we just paste in a text editor, and you can just go and paste that in. And then all you need to do, so let's go and add in a spacer. Just make sure your text looks good. So you can just go and do it like this and just bold everything up. So just hit bold like that. Now also another thing that you can do if you really want to go the extra mile, you can go and add in tabs. So if we just go and type in tabs over here, so you could go, and if I just go and put a tab in here, you can go and do it this way. So instead of saying what is your returns policy, you can go and have it as a tab. So tab 1, what is your returns policy? And then we can go and copy this and paste this in here. And then you can say tab 2, do you offer refunds? And you just put tab 2 in. So it's totally up to you how you want to go and style it. This probably does look a little bit cleaner. So then if, for example, if we was to delete this, we can go and do it like this. Now, this is where it can get a little bit confusing, so don't get confused. So basically when it comes to returns and refunds, if you're dealing with two different fulfillment companies, so if you're dealing with Printify and Printful, then you're going to have to go and put in both of their returns policies. So you can see over here, what's your returns policy? We don't offer returns and exchanges, but if there's something wrong with your order, please let us know by contacting us, and then obviously insert your email here. Do you offer refunds, sorry? Then refunds are only offered to customers that receive the wrong items or damage. If these apply, please contact us, and you can put email in with photos or wrong of damage. So that basically both applies to Printful and Printify, and then you just go and contact Printful or Printify with the images they send you or ask you for what is the return. Now, if it's the wrong size, then with Printful, because it's been sent with their address on, it will get sent back to them, and then they issue the customer refund, but you have to pay for the packaging. And with Printify, it will come with your address, so it will get sent back to you. So either way, they'll have the address of the return, so you don't really need to worry about that. But you can always go and put in another question, for example, like this: where should I return my item? Like this. And then you can say, please return the item to the address on your package. If you cannot see a returns address, then please contact us at, and then just put your domain, your professional email address that we created earlier. So like I said, because basically Printify prints the returns address with your address, so like I said, the one that is in here, and Printful will have the returns address as their address. So either way, the customer will have the address that they can return it to. But if you're using both of them, so if you're using Printify and Printful, then any ones that come to you, you're going to know they're from Printify, and any returns that go to Printful, obviously for Printful. So this is how you can go and just create a returns and refunds. Now you can go and have a look into more detail into this. I believe if we have a look, can you exchange? They don't offer exchanges, so you might want to go and obviously add this in here as well. And then you can also go and basically create another page that's going to be an FAQs. So on the FAQs page, you can go and add in stuff about the orders, how are my products made, how do I track my order, if I've received the wrong product. So you're going to go and basically create another page just like this one, exactly like this, with some tabs on, and you can go and copy this. And then it's the same with Printify. Most of the same things apply, the same for Printful. So over here, if we have a look at Printful, where you can see if your shipping method includes tracking, you'll receive a tracking link via email. That basically is the same for Printful. And also when you're creating your shipping page, so you can go and create a shipping and delivery page. Over here it says it takes 3 to 7 days to fulfill an order, and that's basically the same, like I said, for both companies. So you can just go and put this in, because if we have a look at the shipping rates, so let's go and just find some shipping rates. So over here, Printify shipping rates, it depends on which product you use. But if we go and look at some of the rates, so for example, let's go and look at this one, and then we'll go and look at one from, let's go and look at this one from the United Kingdom. So one's from the US. So you can see here 3 to 7 business days and 5 to 8 business days. So you can just go and copy this for your delivery page. And then if we have a look at this one over here, 1 to 3 business days and 8 to 15, and then 10 to 30. So if you go and have a look, 10 shipping is up to 30 days. Now within this policy over here, it's up to 20. So if you're using, for example, if you're using this Prodigy one over here, then you might want to go and change your shipping policy to say it's up to 30 days for international shipping. So like I said, but generally as a rule of thumb, most of the Printify and Printful delivery stuff are pretty much the same. So you can just go and have one delivery page, and like I said, you can just go and create it the same with this. So it'd be shipping and delivery, and then down here you can have a tab, and within that tab you would have all of these different questions. So for example, over here, where will my order ship from? We work with an on-demand fulfillment company with facilities worldwide. So that applies to both Printful and Printify. So like I said, you can just go and download this and just copy these into the tabs for another page for shipping and delivery, the same as our returns and refunds page, because the rules apply for both Printify and Printful. So that's why I said don't really get too over confused with this stuff, because the rules basically apply for both. So once you have done that, just go and hit publish. So now let's just go and view that page. So now that we have gone and created all of these pages, so like I said, you just need to go and create the shipping and delivery page just in the same way that you've created this. So you're just going to go and add some tabs like this. And now that you have done and created your privacy policy, terms of service, contact us, and all of the necessary pages, we need to go and add them to our footer. So in order to do this, we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard over here. And from here, we can go and create some menus for our footer. So go to appearance over here, and we're going to go to menus, and we're going to go and create some new menus. So what we can do is, if we go over here, we can go and click on create a new menu. And from here, we're going to go and firstly call this one, let's call this one legal. So this is going to be the legal menu. So let's just go and click on create. And basically just for this one, all we're going to do for this is add in our privacy policy and our terms of service, and just click on add to menu. So we'll just go and add that in there. And I'm just going to put the privacy policy at the top. So then just go and hit save menu. And now from here, what we can do is we can go and create a new menu, and we can just go and call this one about, and click on create menu. So now for this one, we're going to go and add the shipping and delivery page, the returns and refunds, the contact us, and the about us, and just go and hit save menu. Oh, so make sure you actually add them to the menu, and then you can go and rearrange them however you like. So you can go put the contact us at the top, whatever you want to do. So now that we have gone and saved that, we can go and add in where we want to. So you can go and put it as a footer menu, but we don't really need to do that anyway. So what we can do is we can go over to the front end, we can go and click on customize, and from here what we can do is we can go and add those menus to our footer. So from here we're going to go to footer over here, and then we're going to go to footer widgets. Now if we just scroll all the way to the bottom, then you're just going to go and click on this, so the 4 footer widgets come up over here. Now you can go and change the color of your footer, so I'm going to go and change the color of mine to match the rest of my store. So we're going to go and change this, and I'm going to go to background and change it to this as well. And then basically what we can do is if we go back now, so click back and click back again, and then we're going to go to widgets over here, and this is where we can go and add in those widgets. So from here we've got footer widget 1, so click add widget, and then we're going to scroll down. I'm going to choose navigation menu, and from the navigation menu we're going to go and select the menu that we created. So we're going to go and select the about menu, and then in here we can just go and type in about. So now we've got about, contact us, shipping and delivery, terms and refunds, and about us. So now we can go and add in another one. So go add widgets and go to navigation menu, and then from here we can go and add in the legal menu. So we just type in legal, add in legal, and you can go and do that. And you can go and name these whatever you want. So for example, instead of naming it about, oftentimes you'll see websites where they just called it help or something like that. So you can go and do that. Now for the other two areas, I often just like to go and add in the contact form and a search bar. So if we go over here, we can just go and add in a search. So you can go and add that in just to go and fill these areas up. So we can go and add in a search, and you can also go and add in your contact form again. So we go to add widgets, and we should go to WP forms, and then from here you can go and select your form. So you have a contact us page, but we also have a contact form down here as well. So we can go and just change this to contact us, and now you can see we've got contact us as well. So that's another alternative. And then finally the very bottom over here, so if we go to the very bottom, we can go and change this very bottom footer. So let's just click this again, and we'll go to footer, footer bar, and then what you can do is you can get rid of this powered by Astra if you want to, and then you can go and change the background color. So if we change the border color and change the background color, you can go and do that. Now that's totally up to you. If you want to, you can just get rid of it completely if you don't think that having that is very necessary, and you can just have your normal footer like that. So I'm just going to go and hit publish now, and then if we go and close this, we can go and see, if we scroll to the bottom, we have our footer here. So we've got our legal pages, all of our pages, our contact us form, and a search bar, and they can obviously go over to any of these pages. So if they go and click on about us, it brings them to the about us page, and this stays on every single page. And that is basically it for all of those necessary pages that we need to create. Now the last couple of things that we need to do is go and look at the WooCommerce settings. So we need to go and look at the emails that get sent out to customers when they make a purchase, and also setting up the payment gateways, and then we will look at fulfilling orders. So from here, just go and click back to your WordPress dashboard, and then from your WordPress dashboard, you're just going to go to WooCommerce and click on settings over here. Now firstly, under settings, we have the general settings that we already set up. So in the beginning, so you've got your address and your currency, so you can always go and change that in here if you want to. Now one thing that we need to set up is the emails, as I mentioned. So come into emails over here, and basically every time a new order is processed on your store, the new order email will be sent to this email over here. So you can go and change this to your professional email address, or you can just leave it to the email address that's already in here, but just make sure that you have access to this email address, because like I said, this is where you will be notified that a new order has come through. Same with cancelled and failed orders, so you can go and change this to whatever you like. Then over here, you've got the from address. So this is the one that gets sent to the customer when they actually purchase a product. So the confirmation email. So from, you're going to go and put your domain in there. And then the from address, I recommend putting your professional email address that we created earlier. So contact@domain.com. So the one that you can access through SiteGround over here. So like I said, the one we created right over here. And you're just going to go and put that in there. Now over here, you can go and change the base color. So what I recommend is just going and changing it to one of the colors from your store. So I'm just going to go and change it, for example, to this blue color. And then over here, you've got the footer text. So I recommend just getting rid of built with WooCommerce and then just go and hit save changes. And then you can always go and preview this. So if you click here to preview your template, and you can see this is how it's going to look. So it's pretty basic, but you don't want it to be anything over the top. As long as it just looks branded to your store, then that's perfectly fine. Now, one other thing that we need to do is if we go accounts and privacy over here, we need to go and attach our privacy page. So go to select page over here, and then go to privacy policy and click on save changes. So now that we've done that, the next thing that we want to do is set up payments. So if we click on payments over here, you'll see that we only have PayPal over here. Now what we want to do, we want to give people the option to pay with PayPal and with debit or credit card. So if we go to plugins, and then over here we're going to go to add new, and we're going to go and add a couple of plugins. So firstly we're going to go and add in Stripe. So just go and type in Stripe over here, and we're just going to go and click on install now on this one, WooCommerce Stripe Payment Gateway. And then we are just going to go and type in PayPal. So go type in PayPal, and we're just going to go and install this one, WooCommerce PayPal Checkout Payment Gateway. Now from here, we're just going to go and click on activate on this one. So click activate on this, and then if we scroll down under our plugins, we've got Stripe. So activate Stripe as well. So now that we have activated those, we're going to go back to WooCommerce and click on settings. And now from the settings, once again, we're going to go and click on payments. And from here, now you can see that PayPal checkout has been activated, and we also want to activate Stripe. So just go and turn Stripe on over here. Now, in order to connect our PayPal account, we can just go and click on manage over here. And then all you need to do is just go and click on set up an existing PayPal account, or sorry, set up or link an existing PayPal account. So you just go and click on that. If you don't have a PayPal account, when you click on that, you can go and sign up for one. So let's just go and click on it, and I'll show you what I mean. So you just click on this over here, and then like I said, all you need to do is go and enter in your details. So you just go and connect your PayPal account. It's really easy, and then people can go and pay with PayPal. Now, in order to go and do Stripe, let's go back to payments over here, and then we're going to come over to Stripe, click on manage once again, and then from here you're going to make sure Stripe is enabled. Now you've got test mode, so let me just go and delete this because this is not what we need. But over here, you'll see the publishable key and the secret key. So what you need to do is you can go and sign into your Stripe account. Now, if you don't have a Stripe account, don't worry. You can just go over to stripe.com and just sign up. It's really easy. You just enter in your email, pick a password, and then once you actually sign up, you do have to go and send them a form of ID just so that they can verify you're a real person. And you may also have to go and send them a verification of your address, so like a bank statement or something like that. Now, once you have done that, you can go over to your Stripe dashboard, and what you're going to do is you're going to click on developers over here, and then you're going to click on API keys. Now from here, I'm in the test version, so basically over here you can see if you enable test mode, it's going to ask you for a test publishable key and test secret key. But if you untick this, you're going to see live publishable key and live secret key. So basically you need to just come into API keys, untick test mode, and then you get the publishable key and the secret key. And all you have to do is just paste them in here. So where you've got live publishable key, you just paste it in here. Live secret key, you just paste it in here. And all you have to do then is just hit save, and that's it. So then once you have done that, then you will have your Stripe account and your PayPal account connected to your store, and people can start making payments. So that's basically it. So now that we have done that, let's go and have a look at how we can fulfill orders. So in order to fulfill an order, you can just go to orders over here, and you will see all of the different orders that you've got from your site. So I've just gone and created some dummy orders. When you click into the order, you can go and see what the product is that has actually been ordered. So firstly, we can see over here these socks have been ordered. Now these socks are from Printful. So if you go over to Printful and you click on orders in your Printful dashboard, then you should see all of your orders in here. So you can see the socks over here. Now the reason it says failed is because I don't have a billing method on here. So you need to go and add your billing method. So over here you can see billing. So you need to go and add that to your Printful account. But basically once you add that, all you need to do then is click on confirm order, and then we'll go and send that out. And you can see you've got a breakdown over here, so it tells you your profit and all of that stuff. So it's really easy. So as soon as an order comes through on your site, it will sync straight to Printful right away. And like I said, you can just go and fulfill the order that way. Just go in here and click on confirm order. Really easy. And then now if we go back over here, let's go back to the orders, and we can see we've got a second order over here. So let's go and click on this second order from John Smith. So John's ordered 2 products, and this time he has ordered the good, the bad, and the ugly poster. So this is a Printify product. So if we go into Printify and we click on orders over here, then if we go on hold, you will see all of the orders. So you can go and click on this order over here, and then all you need to do once again is click on fulfill order over here. So I don't have a billing method on this one either, on this account, but all you need to do is click fulfill order, and once again it is synced straight away. And that is basically it. Once you do that, these over here should change to completed, but if not, just come in here and change this to completed and just hit update, and then that way your customer will receive the email to say that their order has been processed. And that is basically it for fulfilling orders. It's really easy, and that is basically it for this entire tutorial. Just one last thing to mention is you can go and create coupons in WooCommerce as well. So if you go to coupons over here, you can go and click on create your first coupon, and then from here you can go and name your coupon code. So let's just say like 10% off. You can go and make it a percentage discount. So I can go and make it 10%. You can say you want it to expire on a particular day, so it could just be one Black Friday sale, so it's just going to expire on one day. And then usage limits can be 1 per customer, so you can go and do that and just hit publish, and that way people can go and use that 10% off code at checkout. And like I said, that basically is it for this tutorial. So a full length tutorial on how to set up your very own print on demand store with WordPress. I hope you have enjoyed the tutorial. If you have, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, share it with anybody that's interested in starting a print on demand store. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. One last thing to mention before we end this video, just as a little bonus, because I know a lot of people probably will ask me in the comments where I actually went and got these designs of all these different famous people, Ron Burgundy, Frank Sinatra, Abraham Lincoln, Slash, and all of those types of things. Well, basically it's just a combination of using Fiverr gigs and also Upwork. So if you're looking for a designer, just go and type in cartoon design or things like that. So here's one as an example, and you can just go and see there. You can go and have a look. There's loads on here, hundreds, and they will go and create you a cool design that you could potentially use. Now, I recommend creating your own designs, or at least coming up with your own designs and then getting a designer to do it for you, as opposed to just asking someone, can you just make me a t-shirt design? At least come up with the design yourself. So for these, I came up with the design idea myself, and then I sent it to a designer and they created it for me. So you can, like I said, just go and use Fiverr and use Upwork to do these types of designs. But like I said, it's best if you come up with an idea that is original and is your own creation, and then you can go and just send it to a designer and say, this is roughly what I want, can you go and create something similar to this? So like I said, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it, and see you in the next video.